We are now with the software cropfeed 3, irrigation and fertilization. We shall about now the fertilization part. And the first step will be to decide about the crop NPK requirement. In irrigation program, we have decided about which crop and growth phase. Now we move now to the nutrition and the nutrient requirement. We have three possibilities. One is a fast one based on yield expected and the soil type, rapid one. The second one will be based on the soil analysis, detailed soil analysis. And the third one based on leaf plant analysis, mainly for orchards. So now we are in the NPK estimation. Let us move first on the first one. What will be the yield expected? Suppose that we want 78 tons per hectare. What will be the soil type? Sandy loam. The pH is very important for the availability of the phosphorus, for instance, and micronutrient. And what is the biomass that we had from the previous crop? So now we have a first application estimation how much we have to apply of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium. And also I have an estimation for each ton that I will produce of tomato in this case. And if I accept, I move to the next step. Or I can decide that I want a full lab analysis. In this case, I have a full profile of the soil. I shall decide about what soil I have, type of soil, the pH method of extraction, what will be the pH, now more in detail, what is the salinity or conductivity, for instance here 1.4, what will be the level of organic matter, suppose that we have 1.1, okay. If I have active lime, what will be the method of phosphorus soil analysis? Suppose that we are working with the old sand method, and we have in the lab the result of 18 ppm. What will be the method of potassium analysis? For instance here, ammonium acetate. What will be the level of the chloride? Suppose 35 ppm. The level of nitrate, 10 ppm. What is the cation exchange capacity, depending on the type of soil? What will be the level of potassium in ppm based on ammonium acetate analysis? 145 ppm. The calcium level, magnesium level, and the sodium. So I have a full profile of my soil, and I can click on Advise, or, by the way, I can go to soil database if I have previous soil analysis or I store my soil data, for instance here. In this case, I shall capture all the data that I have from the lab, and by clicking on Advise, I have a recommendation based on the soil profile. Now we shall move to fertilization and how we shall split between base dressing, top dressing, fertigation, and foliar spray. So let us first start with what will be, first of all, the repartition between the different methods of analysis. No, methods of application, excuse me. So this is the yield, what we have expected. If I am using manure, I shall click on yes. What type of manure? Suppose that I am using dry manure, okay? It's hot and I have a rapid decomposition. So how much cubic meter I shall apply in 1 hectare? And I have here an estimation of the value, but I can change this number, by the way. So based on it, I have now how much I shall apply in classic fertilizer, mineral fertilizers. I can have help how I shall split during the season by having the ratio between the rain divided by the total of water during the season, rain plus irrigation. For instance, 30%. So I click on suggestion. Here I have a repartition, how much to apply in base dressing and how much I have to apply during the season. Okay, now we have to decide how I'm going to apply all of this. And during the season, I want to work by fertigation. Okay, so now in base dressing, this is what we have. And in fertigation during the season with the water, this will be what I'm going to apply. And the total of NPK gram is this one. And it's including also the manure. I accept now repartition. Now let us decide about which fertilizer I'm going to use in base dressing. Okay, so now I have here the amount that I want to apply, and let us decide about fertilizer. Suppose that I want to use a triple 15. Suppose I apply 200 kilo, so I shall reach 30 kilo, less than what I need for all the nutrients. So I have to complete it with other fertilizers. I shall prepare a blend. Suppose that I shall use superphosphate, single superphosphate, and I shall apply 50 kilo, so 55, 57 kilo. I am very close to what I want to apply, and I can continue by this way to apply other fertilizers. I want to fill all what I need. I apply potassium chloride, ammonium sulfate, and now I have the full profile of the fertilizer that I want to apply by bending or total or by broadcast. I have now the estimation of the cost, and I shall save the data, accept the repartition, and save the data. Now I save the all. And now the next step will be the fertigation during the season. So I have here different possibility, a fast way, another advanced one, using simple fertilizer, a fertigation simple by rapid fertigation, a lot of choice of method of application for different fertilizer. Here I have all the crop with different phase, all what I have decided for the irrigation, and the calendar, and I shall, during the period that I'm not irrigating, I shall not apply fertilizer. So I have here a proposition of different fertilizer meeting what I was expecting in fertigation. And here I have a view for each phase of what fertilizer, soluble fertilizer I'm going to use, how much kilogramming, how much it will cost. So I have a full program of fertigation using simple fertilizers. Here I have detail about the ppm, input, output. If I change the amount of ppm that I want to apply for nitrogen, for instance, at the third period, it will change the fertilizer amount here that I have here. So I have a flexibility in the concentration of the nutrient. And This will be the way that I shall work. Or I can change fertilizers. And save program. I have here a listing and database that I can update of fertilizers. For instance, here, fertilizer prices, classic granular fertilizer. I can change the currency, the formula, the level of the different nutrients, and including micronutrient, I have it, the prices. Okay, so these are classic granular fertilizer, including NPK. I can change the NPK listing that are available for me and including the price. Or, for instance, soluble fertilizers, the one simple fertilizer that I can use in the fertigation, or foliar formula, NPK, ready formula, liquid and solid, that I can apply for foliar application. And also, for instance, the micronutrient and the prices. Deficiency symptom. I have the possibility here to have a view on how are looking deficiency of different nutrients for each one of the crop in this database. For instance, for the cereals, I want to see how is looking the maize. For macronutrient, nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, or how is the level in the leaf, minimum, maximum in the plant analysis. How is looking also the micronutrient, iron, zinc, for instance. Oh, another crop. Let us have a look on, for instance, wheat. Okay, wheat. How is looking the deficiency of nitrogen, phosphorus? How is looking the deficiency of zinc or iron? If I haven't, I can complete the database by new pictures that I have. Or let us have a look on vegetable, tomato, for instance. How is looking nitrogen deficiency, phosphorus, potassium, calcium, magnesium, and also for micronutrients. And the level of minimum maximum in the leaf analysis. Or I can go to plantation, for instance, for banana. Okay, let us see how is looking at deficiency of nitrogen, of potassium, for micronutrient of iron, and so on. Software has been detailed by LRRGAD, developed by LRRGAD AgroSystem, and you have my email. Thank you very much.